All right, good morning, everyone. My bad. I had a nosebleed, which is why I'm a couple minutes late. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any high impact news. I mean, we had Orange Folder at 8:30. Let's see. That really didn't do much. Okay, cool. Do you do YouTube stream giveaways? No, I don't do the giveaways on stream. I do it for the free Discord. Honestly, I wouldn't know how to do it on stream. I need to figure that out, but that'd be cool. All right, let's look at Nasdaq. I definitely want to see what ended up happening yesterday. I had a bunch of luck yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Um Yesterday I ended up losing, but Tradeify messed up their Tradeovate accounts. I don't know, there was a bug that you couldn't see your accounts. So I didn't know at the time, but I was still trading because I thought it was fine. Um Somehow I was only able to see two trades on Tradeovate, or sorry, two accounts on Tradeovate. And since all their accounts weren't on Tradeovate, it didn't get copied on to my other accounts. So yesterday I took a fat L, but thankfully it was on one account. When I saw that, I was like, wow, God is on my side. Crazy. Um, I definitely see a lot of volume overnight. Let me measure it. Yeah, wow. Yo, this is already up 2.4% from this overnight session. That's pretty crazy. Yesterday, I did end up trading Asia session on some evals, and it was very clean. If you trade New York session for like your fundeds and you're trying to get more funded, like more funded accounts, or Asian session currently has been really good, like really good volume when it comes to Nasdaq. I'm not sure about what is it called? I'm not sure about gold. I feel like gold is good to trade Asia session all the time. Go with Nasdaq, it really depends for me. But yesterday, I mean, you could tell like it's already up 2%. The volume during these overnight sessions have been crazy. And yeah, New York session, of course. Where's the Knicks jersey at? Yo, I I'm not a sports fan at all. So I was like, why is everyone hyping the Knicks up all of the sudden? And then my brother was like, oh, they haven't been this far in like 30 years or something. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I was like, since when is everyone a Knicks fan? Now it makes sense though. It makes sense. Do you guys think they're gonna win? See, when I think of NBA finals, I just think of LeBron James. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he always wins somehow. That's what it feels like. All right, see a couple zones on NASDAQ. Let's see. Wow, this short yesterday off this 15-minute zone was perfect. I didn't catch it, but the drop of it was perfect. Yeah, that's crazy. Dropped 3.3%. Almost 1,000 points. This volume is crazy. Someone asked me if I rather size down or keep the same size during volatile markets. It really depends on your trading. Um, Yesterday I wish I kept the same size. If I kept the same size, yes, I would have taken one loss very quickly, but the next trade would have been a very quick winner. So I feel like even if it's really volatile, I'd keep the same, what is it called? The same size. Unless the stop loss is like way too tiny. Okay, I don't see any more zones. So I do want to zoom out and see 30-minute. Okay. I really like this 30-minute zone. Let's see US 30. On US 30, I've been looking at this daily demand zone, which it looks like we're about to tap into. We're able to pass those evals yesterday. I traded top step evals yesterday. I got 1,500 in each. So I technically I can't trade it today until Asia session. But yeah, like I said, the overnight session has been really clean compared to how it usually is. So I was like, you know what? Let me try getting another funded or getting more funded. What I do have to work on is getting funded from Apex again. I'd get 5 accounts with them. I don't think I'd go back to 20 accounts. I'm not gonna lie. I have a fear of like getting very close to a big payout and then never getting it because they moved me to live. Why are you not making a video on TradeZella? You're right. I should. I was making videos about other things yesterday. It's funny that you mentioned TradeZella. I was actually back testing on it yesterday, which I usually don't back test too much, but I wanted to try out something new. It's not really anything new. It's just I wanted to see how I could spot the best zones to trade with. Cause I usually mark a lot of zones. So I'm trying to figure out a way of like finding the best possible zone. The way I would do that is just with support and resistance. Because if you look at a lot of my winners, a lot of the winning trades are kind of based off of support and resistance on the bigger time frame. I mean, even if you look at yesterday's short from this 15-minute supply zone up here, if you zoom out, it's clearly support and resistance. If you go on the 1 hour, and it's not perfect, but like this is a great example here. Resistance, resistance, break past it, turns into support, break past again, and it's resistance. So just like kind of aligning support and resistance on the bigger time frame, and then having the zone around the same area. That's how I would try to find the best trade. Or that's that's what I'm trying to do now. But I feel like when you try out something new with trading, it takes a lot of time to actually see it play out. You could back test it all you want, but when you forward test, it's different, way different. All right, I'm not seeing any more zones. What I should do is chart all the way down here in case this goes lower. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we have this 3 hour demand zone. Have I seen the new Star Wars movie? No, no, I haven't. See, that's the thing with me. I could watch all the movies and forget about it. Like people always ask me, "Oh, did you watch that movie?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a great memory with movies or like movie names. Like I've watched Star Wars movies, but if you ask me like what it's about, I have no idea. I just know there's the white soldiers and then the black soldiers. I think it's called the dark side or something. I don't know. See, you can't even ask me. I don't know. Now, if you ask me about maybe like an episode, like a TV show, like Euphoria, Shameless, like a Netflix show, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm good with shows. Okay, I do like these zones. I don't think I'm gonna mark anymore. Actually, how far away is it? Okay, yeah. Honestly, I'm really looking at this 30-minute supply zone on Nasdaq and US 30, kind of the same zone. I'd rather take the trade on Nasdaq though. Okay, these pre-market candles look way better than yesterday. They're definitely very small. Still could be a very volatile opening though. I don't think it's gonna be as volatile as yesterday though. But you never know, that's the thing. Damn, look at this nasty. This is crazy. What time was it? At 8:22, this 1 minute candle drops 130 points randomly. Boom. Damn. Where's VWAP? Okay, we bounced off of VWAP. It seems pretty bullish right now. But yeah, I really like this 30-minute zone. I think if we get above 885, I do think it'd be a good long, at least up to this 45-minute supply zone. I also think it could be a good short. I mean, if you zoom out, if I could zoom out here, it's clearly been support, support, resistance, support, support, resistance. It's not perfect, but could definitely see it. Shameless is so good. I never finished the last two seasons though. You want me to tell you how it ends? I'll spoil it for you. Did you guys like Euphoria's ending on the new season? Like it made sense, but I feel like the last season it just wasn't as good as the first two seasons. Yeah. But I guess the ending made sense for Rue. You don't want a spoiler? Come on. Yo, I love spoiling movies and shows. I love spoiling it for myself. Like a lot of people they don't like spoilers, but I actually like it. I'll be like, "Tell me what happened." That's funny. I never watched the last season before either. It looked dumb. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the same as the first ones, you know? I would say the best season, it has to be the second one. The second one was the best season. The first one was good too. But like the thing is the show is about Rue being an addict and like how that affects everyone, kind of. And the third one, she's not an addict. She's like a drug dealer, basically. And she's working with them. So it's like just a whole different story. Is that a custom PC built? Yeah. Yeah, it's old. But I just updated it not too long ago. Yeah, sometimes I just zone out staring at it like, damn, I did that. I love it. It's funny because I just built it to play games, but now I actually work with it. Weird price action. I definitely don't want to see Nasdaq chop up or something like this. Well, I guess if it does, I could take a short here. I'm on a laptop and I've been traveling, but in the near future we'll build one. Yeah. I mean, it depends what you want to do with it too. Like, you don't need anything crazy. I'm trying trade copy for the first time today. Having to refresh after trades freaked me out. I thought it was automatic. Wait, refresh what? Now you're scaring me. Cause I don't refresh anything. The only thing I don't like about Tradecopia is every morning you have to reconnect the prop firms that you're trading with. But I mean, it's nothing serious. It's just a small thing. Not a huge gamer, but like things like Forza Horizon narrative games like Last of Us. Yeah, I was a huge gamer a couple years ago, so I wanted the most FPS, you know? Well, I used to mainly play Fortnite. Yeah, my first build on this PC, it was great until it wasn't. And you know what? When I first built the PC, I did something wrong that I actually, every time I turned on the PC, I had to go in the BIOS and then like turn it on manually. Like I had to click on Windows manually. I did something wrong there, but thankfully the second time I built and I upgraded it, now it's perfect. Perfect. What's the graphics card? Shit, I forgot. Let me see. Graphics card. Oh, here it is. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 Ti. You know what graphics card I really wanted? This was a long time ago. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see what it's called. It's like the metal one. Is it the 5090? No. But I remember when it was first coming out a couple years. I think it was this one. Like this graphics card. When it first came out, oh my gosh, I was obsessed with it. I was waiting to get the graphics card for I was waiting for it to come out. And then when it came out, I couldn't get it. So I had to get another graphics card. And then like I would say like a year after that, I found out that Nvidia was like one of the biggest stocks in the world, which I didn't know at the time. I just knew the graphics card. When was your last payout? My last payout was 2 months ago. It feels bad. It does, but I also have to remember I made a lot of money and I feel like I wasn't used to it, and like it kind of shook up my nervous system. And then like also after I made those huge payouts, I got into another business, like another business model that I was trying to learn and start. I was traveling a lot. A couple other things happened. I feel like I wasn't really as focused as before. But now this month I do feel better about my trading. I feel like I'm definitely more focused. I do think I'll get a payout this month. No, not even just one, a couple payouts. But yeah, no, it's been a while. That's the thing. Like I can't even be upset because it was pretty big payouts. I mean, like if you think about it, last year I made, I think it was over 80,000 in payouts for the whole year. And then in 2 months I made that this year. So it's just like I think it was a huge move that I wasn't really like I can't explain it. I really can't. I just think it something about my nervous system wasn't like, I don't want to say ready for it. I don't know how to explain it. Cuz that's the thing, I did felt like I deserved it for sure. So it's not like, oh, like I feel like I don't deserve this or something. I can't explain it. It's just like a, I don't know. Here's the market open though. You can get too confident after a few payouts. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like when you get your first payout and then it goes downhill from there for a couple months and then, you get back up. But yeah, I've spoken to a lot of traders, and I always say this cuz it's a crazy pattern that I always see. After you get your first payout, a lot of the time it takes you a while to get your second. I don't know why. It doesn't happen all the time obviously, but it does happen a lot. And it happened to me as well. So I guess it kind of would make sense to not fumble the bag, but like kind of get a pullback when you make a lot of money, which doesn't make sense, but in a way it does. Okay, we touched VWAP here. Yeah, this opening is definitely, I mean, it's a great open. Don't get me wrong. This is 100 point 1 minute candle right here. So let me shut up and see what happens before I talk too soon. I was gonna say this isn't a crazy opening like yesterday, but I mean, this candle's huge. This 1 minute candle here. Let's see if we bounce off of VWAP or rip right past it. If we rip right past it, I'm looking at this 30-minute demand zone. Just got back to the basics, a strat and psychology that work to get you where you are. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like for me, I really need to focus on a trading goal or like on a certain payout I want to get. And since I had so many things the past 2 months, like the traveling and then trying to start this new business, like my focus was just spread out. Now that I feel better about it. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be the first 5 minute candle. And something I don't want to see is just something like this, where we just don't tap the zones that I want to see. Or yeah, something like this, like chopping up at VWAP. Gosh, I hate to see that. Damn, US 30. She's been lost. The opening yesterday was crazy on NASDAQ, and then on US 30, it was like it didn't even open. It was very choppy yesterday on US 30. Or at least in the beginning. I don't know how it was for the rest of the day. Oh, it played out well. Shorts. US 30 is also right at VWAP. Okay, I like this. I like how NASDAQ and US 30 look very similar. I like seeing that. VWAP is lower with me. Are you on TopSap X? Yo, I traded TopSap X yesterday for the first time in a couple months, and it was so laggy. I don't know if it was the Wi-Fi or what, but I was copy trading 5 accounts. I took a win, and then it said that one of the accounts, like, it was flat, and then like maybe like 3 minutes later, it had the P&L showing on the account. It was just very delayed. The copy trader worked fine. It was just like not showing the data. It was weird. It was weird. Yo, why is my camera so big? I'm sorry. Didn't know it was that big. I didn't think about it. Got an email. There's issues on Tradeify. Yeah. Thank God there's issues on Tradeify. I would have lost on all of my accounts yesterday. But thankfully I only lost on one because of Tradeify messing up. Okay, clean bounce off of VWAP. I really don't have a zone anywhere, so well, not anywhere close, but I'm waiting for it to tap either 852 or 636 down here. I also want to see how this 15-minute candle closes. I don't want to see it close out with huge wicks. It feels like a very slow open, but I'd say there's really good volume. I mean, this range is a little bit over 100 points. Look at this 1 minute candle right here. Huge. Okay, it looks like we're headed. Oh, never mind. We bounced off. I mean, we got a 1 minute candle close below VWAP. This 5 minute candle looks nasty. Huge wick. I probably won't even be Looking at US 30, I'd rather trade NASDAQ today. Why don't you take buys off of VWAP? I don't take buys or sells off of VWAP. I just don't. Definitely played out good though. See, my experience with VWAP is not the best. I've lost many trades around VWAP. All right, I'm waiting for it to tap this zone. Honestly, I don't think it's the best zone. Like, if you zoom out, try to look for support and resistance, but I do like the move up itself, like the zone. I guess it does have support and resistance. Yeah. Just not as good as this zone up here. This zone's really good. Go New York. After watching your streams for months, I have a girlfriend. Wow, congratulations. If she's a really good one, then keep her. If she supports your trading, keep her. That's funny. It's definitely a choppier open, but it could clear up. It could clear up. We got 3 more minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. Or sorry, 2 more minutes. It kind of does look like we are chopping a bit around VWAP, which I don't like to see. How do you choose which comments to read? I just read what I see. Sometimes I do miss some. My bad. Savvy Taco, let me try to find yours. I'm sorry. Let me see. Trying to rush the results. Started trading Asia and it's only cooked me. Lost multiple times because I got one win. I kept thinking I should. Do you normally trade Asia session? I would if you ever okay, if you've ever passed an account or gotten funded, what am I saying? If you've ever passed an account, if you've ever gotten funded or passed an account, or if you've ever gotten a payout and now you're struggling, I would say one of the best things you could do is try to go back and try to look at what you were doing right before and what you might be doing wrong now. The only way you could kind of do that is if you journaled. Or if, I mean, you probably could go back to your prop firm dashboard and try to find the stats there. But just try to study your trading, try to study your success, try to study, why you're not doing so good. I see a lot of the time we know what we're doing wrong and we know what we're doing right. Okay, wow. That was a crazy spike. I saw that. Crazy spike here. And will it continue? Damn, honestly, I don't want to trade this. This is scaring me. This is a bit scary. Wait, but it does look like it's going up to the zone. Overall, I do better in New York, but I'm trying to trade Asia to compound wins. But if you think about it with trading, you kind of have to filter out like the bad things and just try to focus on what you're best at. So if you're really good, we tapped into the zone. We tapped into the zone. Let's see how this candle closes. But if you're really good at one session and you know it, then just try to trade that one. It might not make sense because you're probably thinking, like you said, you can compound wins. But if you're better at New York session, then focus on compounding wins on that session. I've noticed too, like if you try trading, ooh, I really like this candle here. This looks like a clean rejection. Okay, I'm trying to see if we break past this zone or if we reject it and go down. I mean, we gotta close right at this 50% line. All right, I'm gonna short here on NASDAQ. feel like this could retest the opening range. Jeez, why is she barking? Tachono. Hey yo. See, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm just not even gonna try anymore. I'm what day is it? Thursday? Yeah, no. This is that's nah. I'm not doing it. This is just this is not my thing. It just can't be. Now this is getting long. And same thing happened on US 30. See, now that did this did close above 85. Now I'm flipping and I think it could come up to this zone up here, this 45-minute zone. But I don't know. I feel like I'm scared to trade. Not gonna lie. If I do gain a long, I'd want to see a better pullback. Damn, this is tough. There's like really good volume, but I get faked out of these entries. And then you think it's a really great candle. You think it's a really great trade because it goes into profit and then it completely reverses with one candle. Like 100-point candle. That's crazy. What's US 30 doing? See, I don't want to get in long now because it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. I do think it could come up to the 80s though. That's the next zone I have. Okay, US 30s pushing up. Honestly, I feel like I'm better off taking the longs on US 30. Why does this look different? YM. Hmm. Oh, it's a 5 minute. I'm like, what? This is gonna be the 5 minute candle close. I'm trying to wait and see if it pulls back to retest this zone. But it definitely has a chance of just going straight up. I would not be surprised. Damn, these stops are wicked. Like if you've gotten stopped out the past, I don't know, the past couple days, I bet you probably got stopped out on a nasty candle. Like me. Every time I've gotten stopped out, it's like boom, like a punch in the face. And then it happens in like half a second. It's like a sucker punch. Like you don't even expect it and then it just knocks you out. Okay, I mean, US 30 looks like it's retesting the zone. So it looks like NASDAQ is too, but it's farther away. Okay, NASDAQ finally retested the zone. So now I'm trying to see if we bounce off of here. Which, mm, I'm looking at both to be honest. I just think the stop loss would be better on US 30. But I know the move will be better on NASDAQ. That's the thing. Like if you catch the same move on both, you'll make more money on NASDAQ. Oof. US 30 got below this 50% line. See, if we break past the zone, then I wouldn't even want to get in long. Okay, we wicked off of it. US 30 closed below the zone, so I'm not even thinking about trading that. All right, I'm on a long in Nasdaq. I did size down for this trade too, so I'd have a wider stop. Let me do some math really quick. Yeah, I'll tighten up my stop to 913. I do want to see this get up to the 80s, which is a pretty big trade. Yeah, I'm gonna break even here. Please don't go all the way down. I'm a lock in profit here. I don't want it to. Yeah, I got out there. I mean, it's a green day, like 190, but I'm gonna take it because it's been a rough week. And I mean, technically, that was a pretty big trade. It just doesn't feel big at all, but it's huge. I mean, that trade was almost 100 points, which is crazy because it happened in one candle in like 30 seconds. But I do think I need to adjust. You know, like that Drake song? Definitely need to adjust with this crazy volume. I'm gonna take what I can. This was a way bigger win than this loss over here. So I'm satisfied. I still do think this could come up to the 80s. I do think that. But I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill out. That's crazy too. Like I said, that trade doesn't even feel big, but it's pretty big. That was a 100 point candle, almost 100 point. That was like 90 points in one candle. Mind you, usually this is how like I'm thinking about it. Just a couple weeks ago, in order for the market to move 100 points, it was like a couple minutes. It wouldn't just happen like that. Like it just that doesn't happen normally. So it does it's something new. Like you definitely have to adjust to it. Honestly, I thought that, more volume equals better trades, and it could, but it's also such a different environment to trade that we're not used to. But I'm glad because I've been wanting to see days like this. So I'm glad it's like this. You know when in Call of Duty when like someone throws a flashbang at you and then it's like you're like dizzy? That's how I feel getting stopped out with these candlesticks. It just like, whoa, like damn, that happened. And then the winners the winners don't even feel real cuz it happens so quick. Uh, the dogs have clocked in. They are on duty. They're on duty. They're being dogs. I want to see if this goes to the full TP I was expecting, but damn. Definitely, we definitely get a pullback for every move up almost. I think price wants to go higher. We went higher once and then failed to make new low. So we might have to go higher to try go lower again. Yeah. Massive resistance there. So it could reverse the uptrend. So now we've closed above London. Topstep X is definitely lagging. I'm not surprised. It probably is not used to this volume. Damn, I traded on Topstep X yesterday and I definitely missed it. It's crazy to think that I did like a whole 360 with the prop firms that I trade. Like last year, it was all about Top Step. Top Step was my main income last year, and I used to like not like Apex at all, but I knew if I wanted a huge payout, it needed to be with Apex, which is why I traded with them. And like I didn't trade Top Step for a while because of the rule changes, and I was just focused on Apex. But trading Toss Up X yesterday, I like it. I love the platform. I do. Someone said I haven't traded bottom step because of that. Yeah, but you know what I like about Top Step now? I like how they changed their payout caps again. I just hope they keep it that way. And I love their payout certificates. I've always said Top Step needs payout certificates, and now they have it. So that's another goal. You guys know I'm like Thanos collecting the payout certificates. That's how I want to be. And I think my next goal is Tops Up payout, which sucks because I've gotten many payouts from them. I wish they made payout certificates from a long time ago, but they don't. It's fine though. It's fine. I was asking why you prefer entering on Tradeovate as compared to TradingView. So I've traded on TradingView quite a bit, and it's more laggy than Tradeovate. Now, like, it's not insanely laggy where it's bad, but the slight lag that it has, I just don't like. And the fills are like a bit like Forex, where there's really bad spreads. So I just don't like that about TradingView. But it's not horrible. Like you could trade with it for sure. It's just like a preference thing. Also, what I have done before too is I used to execute on Tradeovate, and then I'd have it linked up to TradingView so I could see my trade on TradingView, like exactly where it was, but I'd be executing it on Tradeovate. Could also do that too if you really like TradingView, but you think it's a bit laggy. TradingView is a charting platform, not an execution platform. Yeah, I can see that. But there is a lot of people that are successful by trading on TradingView. It just couldn't be me. But you never know. Like traders change. Traders evolve. Okay, yeah, this did not go to where I thought it would go. So now I want to see if there's some type of zone around this area. I know someone mentioned there was support and resistance there. Let's see. Oh wow. Strong 5 minute supply zone. Wait, this is a 1 minute. What am I doing? Nasty dump. Now watch it pump back up. Like what? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna try predicting the market. Man, I don't have any zone. Okay, hold on. Okay, I mean, I definitely have this 30 minute here, which I didn't mark because I had a 45 minute, but now that I have that marked, is a good take profit for sure. And a good entry for the shorts. But dang, you would have needed a wide stop. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Good possible trade there. I don't know. This looks like it wants to retest the opening range. Maybe even VWAP. I prefer the drawdown tools there. If ES holds, could buy once his shift and market structure happens. Just watch, see if it respects London highs or not. Right now, it is. Yeah, I know a couple of you guys trade ES and NQ and kind of compare both. I know a lot of people that do that. Um, I was just wondering, like, how do you guys do that? How do you guys compare the stocks and how do you use it? So I know some people kind of use ES and Nasdaq for like SMTs, I think, and then others kind of use it in another way. But like my thing is like, which one is the leading stock? Would it be Nasdaq because it has less stocks, or ES because it has more? See, honestly, I was thinking Nasdaq is the leading one, but I have no data to back that up. It's just like a thought. It depends on the day. Okay, okay. Yeah, I have zero experience with ES. I've always traded Nasdaq. It's crazy. And then of course when I traded Forex, then of course I traded like Euro USD. I have a screenshot on my phone where I'm trading USD and I'm literally risking $1 to make $2. Isn't that crazy? It's from a couple years ago, but I love looking at that screenshot because it's like, wow, I was really doing that when I was in college too. I'm pretty sure that screenshot was from when I was in a class or something. I would not be surprised. I remember too, I had this friend in college and I told her about it that I was, trading and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, how'd you do today?" And I was like, "Oh, I lost $10." And she started laughing at me. And then like that was it. I don't talk to her now or anything. It was just like a college friend because we had similar classes. Sometimes ES will take an area before NASDAQ follows to take the same area and vice versa. Okay, okay. See, I kind of mm, not even. I was gonna say I kind of do that with US 30, but I think it's pretty rare. Like with this long here on NASDAQ, say I was gonna look for longs on US 30, but since I saw it closing below this 50%, I was like, yeah, I'm not taking a long there. So I took it on NASDAQ. It played out all right. And then yeah, the longs never came in on US 30. To tell who is leading you to compare how they trade at major levels. Okay. One might take a low where the other wouldn't. Guess everything happens for a reason. I would have been cooked beyond belief. Everything does happen for a reason. Gosh, I love that quote. It just gives you hope. I wasn't on live line, but I took the same trade. Nice. Okay, I think your approach lacks the sizing component that needs to be flexible depending on the volatility and the market you're trading. For example, you can tie your ES stops to the VIX and ES stop to the VXN. See, you lost me. You lost me with the See, I can't even say it. See, I thought about doing things like that, but something about for me, like it seems a bit complicated. I always wanted my trading to be kind of simple. And that could be a good thing. It could also be a bad thing. It definitely could. But I do agree with you on the sizing component. I do agree. Cause my trading is more of like a same size, same risk, same stop loss every time. And sometimes it's bad because sometimes I can't really put the stop loss at the highs or at the lows where it kind of should be. But at the same time, I'm a scalper. So it's like I'm really in and out of trades, which is why I like keeping like the same size. But actually for this one I actually sized down. I sized down a little bit. And then yesterday I sized down a lot. I sized down like half of my position and I caught really big moves, but they didn't feel like anything because I sized down. Yesterday was more of like a if I kept the same size on all the trades, I would have been green. So I was actually catching big moves, but since I sized down, I was targeting way bigger moves than usual. And I thought they would hit as well because it was so volatile, but it didn't. I don't know why she's barking. Didn't you already adapt sizing down with micros? I mean, I did size down a tiny bit today on the second trade, and that shit played out. And then it's like, damn, I should have kept the same size. Okay, not really, but you know how it is. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Calculate your sizing based on stop loss. Yes. Yeah. I think it's easier to do that like Tops FX. Yo, you guys know how I told you yesterday that my two girl dogs got in a bad fight? Well, now, like, we have to keep them separate because they're not playing around. Well, the younger one, the daughter, it's a mother and daughter thing. The younger girl, she thinks everything's a game. So she thinks they're playing. But the mom now, bro, she wants to fight her again. It's like baddies. Does anyone watch baddies? Bro, my girlfriend got me into that. I used to hate that show. Now I'm like, oh, let's watch baddies. But I think that's why she's barking now, because she wants to fight. I think. I'm not sure. There might be someone outside. The more you keep them separate, the bigger the aggression they build up on each other. Yeah, so that's the thing. We had them together, and like we have to keep an eye on them because again, the younger girl thinks they're playing around. Mind you, like the other dog has a cone. She just had a surgery on her eye too because the fight was that bad. She's also on medication too, so I don't know how that's affecting her. You would think it would make her like more tired, more drowsy, but no. She is no, she's even more alert. But yeah, we were keeping them together not all the time, but you know, when we needed to. But then this morning, literally right before stream, they got in a little fight. Not a bad one, but like, you know, they're about to fight. Thankfully they got separated, but it's just so stressful now cuz before it was like everything's fine. Like, yeah, they're playing rough, but like, they're not going to fight. Now though, it's like we have to keep an eye on them cuz they will fight. I think they're barking cuz someone's outside, but I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call it a day because I can't be on stream and then they're going crazy. Where are you streaming from? Yeah, I'm in New York. I'm in New York. Not New York City. Not New York City. Like upstate New York. Yo, I tell people I'm from New York all the time. They're like, oh, Brooklyn? I'm like, no, not New York City. The state, like upstate New York. It's funny. But all right, guys. There's still a lot of volume in the market. Like, it's pretty good. It looks like it bounced off of VWAP, off of the opening range. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up going higher. But I would watch out for this level up here, this area. 29,000. I definitely watch out for that. It looks like a strong area of resistance, strong area of supply. So and then the volume's also crazy. So be careful with the sizing, with your stop loss, because it's definitely moving. Wow. That's crazy. The opening range was very small. And then boom, it popped off. But yeah, this yo, this trade here, it was like a flashbang. I was like, whoa. It was like a sucker punch. It happened in like half a second. Crazy. Crazy markets. I'd be careful. But I'll see you guys tomorrow in the Yeah, don't be on the charts all day. I think a lot of us forget that we're trading for freedom. Yeah, we still somehow end up on the charts hours a day. And for me, anytime I've made the most money from trading, I actually spent the least amount of time on the charts. Crazy how that adds up, but that's how it is. So enjoy your day. And don't be on the charts all day.